Hello, this video is the instructions on how to make an escape room geared specifically towards high school math. So I'm showing you a completed one right now. Basically the idea for the students is they have to click around to find the clues, and I told them how many clues there are, so they're not there all day trying to find more. And then after they find the clues, they answer the math question. And then they click on this link that says here, and they get to solve a math riddle. You can do it without the riddle, but I just thought the riddle would make it more fun. All right, so I guess let's get started on how to do this from scratch. Okay, first you want a Google slide. So if you go to your Google Apps and you click on the 6 dots up top, and you want slides, and it takes you to this page, and I want a blank slide. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is scroll up and delete the middle so I have a clean slate. I also want to give it a title, so I'm going to call it Escape the Room. Actually, I'm going to make it Escape the Math Room 3. Sometimes I'll put the topic that we're doing as well, especially if I start making more of these. This particular one, I think I've picked out radicals. And as math teachers in high school, it's really hard to format math problems in Google. So ahead of time, you want to go ahead and make your math problems. You can do them in different softwares with MathType or CUDA software. Or you could open up MathSpace and snag the questions. I've done either way. And then label them so that you know, so you can find them quickly when you're ready to put your math problems into the slideshow. All right, once I've got a clean slate, I'm going to go to background. And I want to choose an image for the background. And unless you have a bunch of really cool images, I would go to Google Image Search. And I'm looking probably for classroom. All right, so we got some choices here. You want to pick one that has like a lot of things going on. That way it's a little harder for them to find the clues. It doesn't have to be classroom, of course. It could be whatever you think the students would enjoy. I think I'm gonna go with, none of them really strikes me. Well, there's the one that I used for my first one. Oh, here's one. It's got a lot going on, so we'll do that one. Actually, I better not, because it's too elementary school and we're doing high schoolers and they will not like it. Here's a better one. Okay, insert. All right, so now you got this nice background going on. I'll close out the theme. Now, technically, you can use anything you want for a clue. You don't have to put any new pictures in here, but in case you do want to add something, maybe just to make it more specific to you, all you have to do is go to Insert, and you want to insert image. And you could upload from the computer, or you could just search the web. And it opens up over here. Now, if you're going to insert new images, you should use the word transparent, because then there won't be a background. It will be less obvious. It'll just fit right onto the picture. So transparent, whatever. Let's say transparent phone. Let's see what we got. All right, and we want to pick one of these. Oh, I like that one. You can just click and drag it in, and then of course you've got to size it so it makes sense to the scale of the room you're in. And I'm gonna move it sideways, put it here on the table, get it even a little smaller. Okay, and then when you click away from it, you can see it's transparent, so it's a little hard to tell. So you could do that with a couple of pictures. Let's do one more. I don't know, flower. Oh, I like this one. Okay. Ooh, that's a very pretty one. There's lots of flowers that look just like that outside lately. All right, make it smaller. I don't know, where do I want to put it? There, stick it over there. Okay. Click out of it and you can see it's transparent. Okay, you can do that, keep going until you get whatever pictures you want in there. If you have a Bitmoji add-on, you could also stick a Bitmoji in there. That's not to scale, is it? I need to be a little bit bigger. Okie dokie. All right, then you want to start, you should label this. Now the way we're going to label this slide is we're going to insert, and then we're going to go to shape. There's a bunch of shapes you can pick. And then somewhere up top, you're going to put your shape. And you can pick a font and a size. And we call this Escape the Bathroom. Radicals. And I think I want to do a fill color. Let's try. There we go. And you've got your label. Okay. And then you also want another one for the instructions, whatever it is you want them to do. So insert, shape. Let's put a, no, I'm not going to put a circle because then it's too hard to type in it. Let's put that down here. Pick another font. Okay, let's put click around to find 3 clues. Enter answers here. And later on, we're going to make that into a link. I'm going to put a fill color. And it's a little big, so let's resize that a little. Excuse me. All right. So now you're ready to go. So now you're ready to make certain objects into clues. Okay. So it's the same thing as what we just did with the label and the instructions. You're going to go to Insert, and we're going to go to Shape, and pick a shape. Now, anything can be a clue. Absolutely anything. So it can be one of my pictures that I put in there, or it could be something that's already there, like this girl's computer. So I'm going to make her computer a clue. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the shape. And I probably want to turn it a little so it kind of matches the way her computer is going. Make it a little smaller. We don't want it to overlap. Okay. All right. Now, obviously, you could tell where the clue is because I haven't done anything with it. So in order to make the clue disappear, you make sure it's highlighted. Then you go to Fill Color and you change it to Transparent. And then you also go right next to that to border color and you make that transparent. That way, when I click away, you can't tell it's a clue. Okay? I would write these down because it's easy to forget. So I'm writing down my first clue is the computer screen of the girl, because there's a guy over there, so. All right, now if you want, at this point, you could just go ahead and keep doing that and make all your clues, okay? Or you can go ahead and start, pasting what's going to be the clue and the math question into this link. So I'm just gonna do one for now. And then in order to make a clue that's gonna go right in that spot, you need to open up another Google slide. So I'm gonna go here, open up a new slide. Okay, same as before, you're gonna get rid of, make it a clean slate, and you can do a background. This time I'm just gonna make it a solid color for the background. And you have to give it a label. So you're gonna insert text box. We're gonna call this clue 1. Oh, I think I better make the font bigger. Okay, that's good. And you can center it. And if you notice, when it's in the center, you see a red line in the center. So now you know you got it right into the center. Make sure you have a label here. Clue 1, I'm going to call this ETR, which is Escape the Room 3. And the clue is, remember, you've prepared ahead of time the math questions in whatever format you're going to prepare them. And then you have to insert them. So I'm inserting, since I used Snagit, I'm inserting an image. And I'm going to go to Drive. And you could see that they popped up because I just finished doing all these images. So you can drag that in. There's my first one, simplifying radicals. I'm putting that into the center, okay? And when you do another clue, you need to open up a brand new Google slide. You cannot just do slide 2 because then when the students click on clue 1, they're going to see all the clues. So to do clue 2, you need to start a brand new Google slide. Now to insert this, you're going to go to Share. Make sure that that's on View, View Only. Get Shareable Link. It copies it automatically to the clipboard. Then you can go to your Escape the Room. And I still have this highlighted. If I didn't have it highlighted, if I added all my clues first, click on it so it highlights. And then you want to go up to the toolbar where the paperclip is, and that's Insert Link. And you Control V, which pastes it, hit Enter, and voila, there's my clue. So as the students are clicking around things trying to find a clue, when they get here, they're going to see that, and they click on the clue, and there's their math question. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then I'll show you how to make the Google form where they enter all the answers. Okay, so I'm going to the 6 dots, I'm making a new slide, and I'm calling this one Clue 2, erasing the middle. Do a background, some sort of color. That's good enough. Oh, bright. Insert a text box. Change your font, change your size. Oops, Clue 2. Move that around so it's in the center. Okay, and then click out of that and you want to insert an image, and I have them saved to my drive. And I'm going to go with this one next. Resize that. Put it right in the center. And share. Make sure it's view only. Get shareable link. It's copied. Go back to your escape room. Okay, I already did the first clue, so I'm going to have to make something else a clue. So I'm going to put insert shape. I'm going to go with circle, and I'll make the flower into a clue. Remember, you have to make it transparent fill and transparent outline. Now remember, I already copied the clue from the slide, so now since it's already highlighted, you can click there, Control V, apply, and there's clue 2. So let's test this out again. Clue 1 is good to go. And clue 2. Good. Everything looks good. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want a place for the students to enter the answers to these math problems. Okay? And to do that, we're going to make a Google form. So go ahead to the 6 dots again, scroll down and go to form, and make a blank form. Okay, so this is going to be escape the room, the math room, 3 radicals. And when you click up top, it automatically saves that answer. All right. I think all of you realize at this point that your first question has to be name. Otherwise, you don't know their name. And later on, when we're done, we can change the settings to also collect email addresses so that we can make sure that we do that. We have that as well. Click required, because it is required. Then you can add a question. The question is, what is the answer to clue 1? Okay, now here's the part that's a little tricky that you need to do. It says short answer, and that's what you want. Because when you have short answer or paragraph, you have other choices. You're going to make it required, and you want to click on the 3 dots right next to it. You see how it automatically put response validation. Now what that means is, in order for the students to go on to clue question number 2, they have to get question number 1 correct. So that keeps them from just, clicking around in whatever order they want. They have to do it in order. So that's what response validation means. So it happened automatically. It doesn't always. Sometimes you have to go ahead and click that. Once you have response validation, these other choices come up. So your choices, your answers could be text, it could be the length of the answer, or it could just be regular expression. Contains is for a math question. Contains isn't a good idea, because then they could just get one part of the question right and get this question right. We don't want that. We want it to match exactly. And then in the pattern, you choose the thing that you want the students to type. I think the first one, if I'm keeping track of them right, was 5B radical 2B. Now, whoops, I put 3. Because there's no math symbol there, I had to type it with the word radical. So I want to, next to the question, tell the students how to type it. Like, if you want a fraction, you'll have to tell them to put 1//2. For this one, you have to put, enter the word radical for the radical symbol, no spaces. So that might not be the best explanation right now, but explain it however you want to explain it. Okay. Right here it says, oh, I have to change this again because once I changed the question, it made me do this again. Okay. So it was 5b radical 2b. Okay, this says custom error text, and that's what the students will see if they get it wrong. So you could put anything. Almost. Try again so that they can keep trying to put the answer in, because they can't go on to the form for question 2 unless they get question 1 right. So put something there for them. All right, now we need a clue 2, and we also want, or I want to add a riddle. You don't have to add a riddle, but I thought it was more fun with a riddle. So you don't want to add a question. You want them to go to a new section because you don't want them to see the next one till they get this one right. So you're going to add a section. And the first thing I'm going to do is introduce my riddle. Answer this riddle. Now you don't want to give it all away in the beginning. So just type a few words of the riddle, and then each time you do a new question, you can do another piece of the riddle. So my riddle, and you can get riddles by going to, I think it's called mathriddles.com. And there's all sorts of math riddles. You can make one up or whatever. Okay. I have it written down somewhere. Where did I put the riddle? Oh, here we go. My riddle is, how many times can you, I'm going to put dot, 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 because I'm not going to finish the riddle. Now you want them to see that really big as a different section, and you don't want to ask them a question because they shouldn't have to answer anything at this point. So the students are just going to see right under this, they're going to see next. So they're going to click next, and for us, that means we add a new section. And the new section is clue 2. Now you add a question to that. What is the answer to clue 2? And you see it came up with short answer. Make sure you do required. Oh, I would also put the instructions at this point again too. Type the word radical for the radical symbol. Okay. Now you can see there, it changed it out of short answer. So I'm going to go back and put it back into short answer. I'm going to make it required. Click on the 3 dots, and I want response validation. There we go. We're going to have regular expression, matches, and the answer to this one is 6r squared radical 6. I know that's not ideal with the words. I'm not sure why I chose to do radicals this morning, but maybe do a topic that doesn't necessitate you doing special instructions. But because there's no math type in Google Forms, you're going to have some sort of instructions every time. All right, and then once the students answer that correctly, it goes to a new section. And I'm going to give them more of the clue to the riddle. And I'm going to finish the riddle just to finish this out. How many times, let's try this again. How many times can you subtract 5 from 25? Okay, that's my riddle. So say I'm at the, I've done all my clues and I get to the end and I state my riddle once more at the end. And then I want to add a question. Answer the riddle here if you just want the answer. Type what? And let me explain what I'm doing with that. Make a short answer required. Response validation. Now, I'm going to have different settings for this. Now, what I want to happen is if the student types in the correct answer, it goes to the next section and it tells you what the answer is. But what if they're getting frustrated and they don't know what the answer is or they're not typing it right? I'm giving them an escape valve here by telling them to type the word what. Now, where did I get that word? What just happens to be the same number of letters as the answer. So my answer has 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, and the word what has 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a way to get around them having to type the answer. Now to do that, you have to have this setting instead of regular expression, you have to have it to length. In other words, whatever the length of the answer is, if they get it right, they get to see the answer. And then I'm going to put minimum character count. And 4, because there's 4 spots to the answer. And I'm going to put, try again. Okay, and then add another section. So when they either type what or they type the answer, they get to the next section. And I say the answer to the riddle was once. Because after you subtract, it is no longer 25. And that's it. So I've got my form ready to go. I'm going to go to settings and fix a couple of things here. This is where you would change collect email addresses. Then you would probably restrict it to FCPS. We don't need anything else there. Presentation. You don't need to show link to submit another response, but you might want to show progress bar just so they know that they're getting close to the end. And then save that. All right, now we need to put this into the escape room. So we're going to go to send, but you're not really sending, you're going over to link. And we're going to shorten the URL. And we're going to, actually, little mistake there. You want to go up to the top and change that to view. Because you don't want the students to, oops, I messed that up. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong escape room. Let's try that again. Escape Math room 3. Okay, let's try this again. We want to change it to there we go. And copy that. So we change it into view form. Don't send it. Okay, Control C for control copy. Go to the escape room. And remember earlier I put the word here. You just highlight that. And you right click. And you see right there it says link. Control V and apply. So let's just check it. Google form. Yay, there it is. And then the students go ahead and they can enter their answers. All right. Well, that's the whole thing. Add as many clues as you want, as many problems as you want. Excuse me. You don't have to add a riddle. You could always just do just the problems. And there's endless possibilities of what you can do with this. So have fun, and I hope your students have fun as well.